Hello, and welcome to another episode of That One Time podcast, where we explore cool people doing interesting things in the realms of health, wealth, and wisdom. Today's episode, we have Chris Luno, who is a DJ producer and successful YouTuber. He has amassed millions of views on a number of his videos on YouTube and is traveling the world as a DJ, as well as having production releases on some of the best labels in the world, and is not slowing down. This is his first podcast, so it was pretty fun to see him get settled and open up, and by the end of it we were having a great conversation that was really nice. We talk about his story, we talk about his process creating videos and some actionable tips for people who might be interested in exploring this industry, and have a general chit chat. So hope you enjoy. Thanks. Hello, Chris.
Hello. How are you?
Welcome to the podcast.
Huh?
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's your first podcast.
It's my very first podcast.
What made you want to come on this one?
I guess having a good old little deep talk with you and being on the podcast is something I would always be interested in, and now we're doing it, so I'm happy.
Amazing. Well, let's get started. I want to hear, what is the history of your childhood that has led you to be the person you are now?
Okay, my history of my childhood. It sounds like I'm a therapist. I was growing up in a small village of 3,000 people, and there I was going to school like a regular school kid, and I was always doing like gymnastics and being very outdoorsy, I would say. And then I was starting to skate, and then starting to ride a BMX. I was doing that for 7 years of my life, and I always was filming myself, and like doing tricks. That was like my main game, like just doing some quirky shit and tricks. So yeah, then I became interested in putting these videos out, I guess, and then my interest in marketing was growing bigger and bigger. Still, I wanted people to see my shit, I guess. And from there on, I was not really interested anymore in BMX because I was like studying in a different city, had not the same crowd anymore. Started to get into music, and yeah, that's basically the very quick summary of childhood to youth to being here in Geelong, Australia right now.
Yeah, other side of the world. Yeah, at opposite end of
Down under,
Germany. So, yeah, well, tell us a bit about like what has led you to be in Australia and how this has come about. Because I've been watching your story for a little while now. It's a very interesting one when it comes to music.
Okay, so how I ended up here would be probably, I was first doing an exchange semester in Bali for 3 months in 2017, and basically fell in love with the island and always wanted to go back. And then I traveled here again after COVID to Bali, and I always wanted to go to Australia. And it turned out that I was fulfilling a music career over the last few years and had the opportunity to come here and play a show. And that was, the moment I decided to obviously jump on it and move myself here for a few weeks.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for the listeners, I came across your stuff very randomly. You have been doing really well in the YouTube game over the last few years now?
Yeah, I was starting in 2019.
So, I saw your stuff based on a YouTube mix of you playing in your lounge room, I think it was, in Germany. Is that right?
Yeah, that was in Cologne, the living room, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd looked at this mix, and it was really well done, and you were just like a happy guy on there, and I looked at the views and it's got like 3 million views. And I thought to myself, what the hell's going on here? It's very interesting because up until that moment I'd thought to myself, only like huge productions of these massive artists in, Tomorrowland and stuff are the ones that are going to get these big views. And it kind of broke my brain a little bit. And so I reached out, and we turns out we'd spoken a bit prior to that. I didn't even remember this. So it was pretty cool that, we'd crossed paths prior to on the internet, and we've connected, and I've since then you've managed to grow this into like a serious career, like a serious music career off the back of, would you say off the back of the YouTube as like a discovery platform?
For sure. That was like the reason I'm getting gigs now and like being booked is probably because of YouTube. But I was starting actually very, very much earlier already. Started DJing around 2015. Do you say that 2015 or 2015?
Yeah. Either one, it's fun.
I was DJing 2015. I was I was studying in the Netherlands, and I was having my first gigs there, and started out basically then, but only took me like 4 years to kind of have people actually listening to my shit.
Yeah. It's not long.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it for 10 and people still not listening to my shit. So yeah, you're doing better than me. So yeah. And what's been the highlight so far?
I think the highlight has been to kind of stepping into it full time.
Yeah.
So I was never intending to do it full time, I would say. I always loved to have it as a side hustle because I was, I think, afraid to jump full in and then be then kind of to depend on it. So I didn't really like the idea of having to do music for a living, but more like doing it less like as a channel to express myself and for fun.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I think I just once read that like football players, the moment they become pro, they don't really like play football anymore for themselves, but just like because they have to. And I thought, okay, that's maybe also the same thing with music industry and artists. Turns out I'm loving it. So all is well. And I still love to produce music, and I don't have any pressure of feeling that I have to do it right now. It's still like, for me, like funny thing. So
yeah. No. So what's your creative process look like at the moment?
Right now, I just jumped onto this new thing. For me, it's working really well to kind of go on a production spree. So the last thing I was in December, I was doing every day a new track draft. So I was going, 20 days in a row. I just worked on a new track idea. And then having like these 20, 2-minute tracks, I just go back to them and see, okay, this one has potential, this has no potential. And then I'm just working on the ones I really love. This helped me a lot because before I was just, every idea I started, I kind of had the urge to finish. But sometimes there were ideas and really aren't worth finishing it, and I would just lose lots of time on things that I really have no strong idea. And when you change that up just to picking the best ideas you had, I think the chances that you have a good track really increase. So I know that Kanye West is doing it, a few others, and that's just the process I'm doing right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Have you read the book The War of Art?
The War of Art?
Yeah.
No.
So it talks about it's a small book, but basically it talks about like the creative process is a process of cutting through resistance and resistance to the creative process, and the best way to do that is by like forcing yourself even when you hate it. And eventually you won't hate it after a while.
100%. That's exactly how it works. I think there's so much discipline in that. So I love to, do these track drafts, but then the actual work starts for me when you have to put this into like a whole arrangement and create some interesting shit, because everyone can create like a 8-bar looper thing, but then turning this into like a meaningful track which progresses and which doesn't, gets boring. That's the real other thing.
So what's been the best, your favorite failure to date?
My favorite failure?
Yeah.
To date. I guess dropping out of my previous job
So that was a failure initially.
So I thought it was one. Like basically, before I did this full time, I was working in fashion, and before that, I was also working for two musicians, Tube and Burger, and we actually know each other through that connection, funnily. And they kind of were doing really good, and then COVID happened, and so I was their marketing guy and assistant and manager, really. So I didn't have any more work to do, basically, and exiting that 40 hours a week by getting forced to exit it really opened up lots of possibilities for me. I was focusing on like own projects way more and tried out different stuff, and that was, I think, like kind of a failure because it was technically part of the job, I guess. But then it turned out to have had a huge impact on my life.
And we're here now, and you're traveling the world, and yeah, brilliant. So, if you've gotten 5 years down the line, and you look back to today, and you say, "Okay, I'm really happy with the last 5 years." What have you done? What do you want?
I guess I would be a seasoned producer and being on tour a lot and having kids and a wife. I don't know why I said that in Australia, my wife. We in Australia, I'm quickly adapting to any new accent.
Bloody oath. Fucking oath.
Fucking that, mate. Just try to impersonate every Aussie I met.
And how many have you met now?
Off the peak, quite a few. Yeah. Met a few kangaroos as well.
Did you?
I did, man. They ate out of my hand.
Yeah.
That was at a petting zoo, though.
Okay, all right. No, they're defeated. They're done. They're not in the wild.
I think they were drug.
I mean, they were
so hostile.
Docile?
Hostile. Like
angry.
Angry? What?
Hostile is
like, like they were friendly to me.
Oh, docile. Hostile is like,
like the opposite.
Yeah.
By now, I think you noticed that English is not my first language.
You're doing great, Gary. The only thing in German I can say is mein Bauch tut weh.
We're just so random, and things like my belly hurts.
It's because I'm eating too much peanut butter. The side joke when we were at home, I rolled in, I was enjoying it. It's so fun. It's so good. It's a perfect snack.
Everyone try it in my.
I know it is. Unless you get the good shit. You get the good shit. Yeah, you get the good shit.
There's something later on. I'm like, snipping in your house and I'd say, control.
I used to wake up at 1 a.m. It's oh, it's so you're a seasoned producer, and you've got a family, and what else?
I think having one or the other hit would be good. Like working with own productions, not really like some remix that blows up, but more like an actual OG written track by me. That would be cool.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And then, so how do you think you'll get there?
I guess by continuing to do whatever I'm doing right now, just putting out music, being active and pushing through.
If you had any advice for an upstart producer or even just a content creator that just wanted to gain some success in content or music, and it's kind of is all part of the same thing these days, what would be the most impactful thing that you what's the most impactful thing that you could give them as an advice?
My main advice, what I love to do is just look what's working, see what's working for the others. Kind of, if you're a content creator, see what's getting clicks, what's working, what's getting viral, and then kind of try adopting that formula for yourself, but do it in an authentic way, I guess. So like, for example, just quick side story, the video on YouTube, which kind of blew up for me, was basically my vinyl mix in the living room. And there have been videos.
How many views has that got now?
I think 3.5 million or something. It's quite a lot. 4 million? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's I think the second most big video I have. And that was kind of basically, I wanted to record vinyl mixes. So I saw on YouTube, hey, what's working out, and what video has a lot of clicks, and then I just found some other videos and kind of saw their formula of the perspective of the camera, of the wording in the YouTube title, and I've just kind of tried out, doing that stuff, and then putting my own spin to it.
Yeah,
and this was the way I kind of had the biggest success until now, just finding out what works, and then try not copycatting it because that's lame, but just do it in your own way.
That's a fine line though, to try and find. And I know that a lot of people don't do anything because they feel like they need to have this groundbreaking original idea, and without that groundbreaking idea, they're just copying other people, and the result is they sit there for 10 years and never get anywhere. So what kind of framework of thinking do you think is appropriate for somebody, again, in that headspace of, I can't do that because, everyone will think that I've copied XYZ?
Well, that's a good question, actually. Seeing what works and giving your own spin, I think, is like, for example, see what kind of other people do, maybe in a different genre of music, and what works for them. Like, look up some popular videos on R&B, and then kind of try adopting the stuff to your genre.
You just see me DJing, like, and my house is twerking in the back, right? I'm just not even mixing, I'm just in the back corner twerking. Can you twerk?
I tried a few times. And yeah,
I can turn it into a little show. Free show. That would go viral.
Twerk house.
Twerk house.
Cheers to that.
It is. So you're saying, how does one break through that feeling of being, a fraud or like fake and not having those original ideas, while also understanding that it's in the process of emulating the things that are successful that you develop your own creativity?
Good question, man. I don't really know, to be honest. Like, if you copycatting 100% and then you kind of know and then you feel bad, I guess. And then it's because you copycatting. I don't know if you do it that much that you really consider, oh shit, this might too much. And probably it's too much.
You don't. Okay, let me think about another way to explore this question. So, what kind of mindset does someone need to break through that feeling of not being original, do you think, and then allowing themselves to create? Because I think that's most people's challenge, is
I think not taking yourself too seriously and just try out stuff.
Yeah,
basically, because I wanted to go on TikTok, for example, and do stuff there, and there's also lots of trends, happening, and I just thought I just try out different shit, put out, like, not copying one person who does exactly the same thing, but just like pick some things and then get inspired and then maybe merge them. It's also what worked for me a lot, merging my interests. There was like funny side story. I was running in a fashion blog called What Teachers Wear. So I was like interested in fashion and I was interested in music. So I just thought, hey, what are teachers wearing? So kind of showcasing the fashion side of music. And I just did an Instagram blog and kind of just posted constantly every week what outfits DJ wearing and then where it's from, which kind of brands there was. And that actually helped me gain some recognition, get some connections with artists. So
really?
Yeah.
Random. Are you still doing it?
I said I put it in my bio of the account currently on holiday. So it was like 2 years ago. Maybe at some point if I have some, people assisting me and I have more time, I would maybe pick that up again. Because I think that's genuinely a nice idea, because I love to see what DJs are wearing and following stylish DJs. And I always think, okay, what's this? I want to show them the clubs. And that's it. It's basically what I'm doing with this, what I was doing with this blog. And which actually got me the first job in fashion, which I
really
recently quit. Yeah.
So a random Instagram blog created your first job.
Exactly. It's called What Teachers Wear on Instagram. And What Teachers Wear.
Yeah, wow. So how did you get that to begin to take off? Like what kind of steps did you do? So you posted a couple of times a week and...
Exactly. I was always kind of, my main goal was to get reposted by the artists.
Yeah.
Because I thought, okay, that's might be the biggest thing. Because I guess some people are following the artists because of their fashion sense. And then kind of getting reposted in their stories would be the way to grow.
Did that work?
It worked. Yeah. So I think when I was at like 1,000 followers, I think like at 5,000 followers, I stopped doing it. But at 1,000 followers, I was always writing the artists, hey, I featured your outfit. It would be great if you could share it to your story, bro. That's how I always like approach these guys. And many of them were honored and will be, oh, dude, it's sick, man. Thanks for showing me. Because I think it's like, dick riding a little bit. Appreciating the sense of clothes is not something they get a lot because they're getting so much praise for the music. But they all, like many of them want to be fashionable. I think that niche kind of was pretty good that I wanted to share to the world and then just reposted the stuff.
So did you bother about like hashtags or any of that sort of stuff? Or?
Yeah, well, it was 2017. It was a different game. But
okay.
I think back then I was like putting hashtags.
1,000 hashtags in the comment.
Like just looking up on YouTube and on YouTube how to blow up on Instagram.
Yeah. Did that help?
Yeah, then all techniques from 1 to 10 hashtags, tagging the DJs, writing DMs to DJs. I was actually getting into like engagement groups
like where people will comment on each other's stuff.
Absolutely. There was like I was in 3 groups with like 20 people in. And I always had to post some random comments on there. The others called.
Still what?
Not really, man. I mean, it was good for some initial buzz, I guess. But it's just
not grand scale of it.
I mean, the project didn't go very like viral, so I can't really tell on that. But it was just a fun project to have. And as I said, like I think I got one or the other demo address from labels that way as well.
It's not bad. Could be worse ways to go about it. I mean, I feel like social media is extremely powerful these days, and a lot of people don't, everyone, including myself, like just don't understand how to harness it well. Did you always have like a proclivity to understanding how to play the social media game, or was it something that you just actively worked on and developed?
I think there was something I just was interested in. I know Facebook, back in Facebook days, I was actually when I lost my job to COVID, I was running an online store for like magnetic phone holders.
Really drop shipping?
No, not really. We imported this stuff, so we got like a plug in China with send us that stuff, and we sold it basically on the internet. I think that was my first job after getting kicked out the music industry from the pandemic.
And how did that go?
It was pretty good. You sold up to 1,000 something. So it worked out, and that was like I was really getting into marketing.
Yeah,
I was doing with my friend, and we were really on the ad side trying to grow it.
So what made you choose magnetic phone covers? Is there a reason magnetic phone covers?
That was actually the same principle as I said on the YouTube thing. I was just seeing an ad for a similar product, and I was flashed by it. So I was like, "Wow, what is this?" So it was like a classic, they say, wow product. Something you see like, "Oh, this has potential," and I was like not really selling well. And like there was like a very bad website. So my friend and me, we just do it for the German market, And there was like plenty of stockists of this stuff. So we imported that and then branded it and built like a brand thing. Tried some influencer stuff, but like mainly spent ads on Facebook and sold that stuff.
What was the price point on it?
€13.
And then what was your cost per acquisition?
So we spent like, I think, in the end, the project was not really profitable. So not really bad, it was profitable. Like we ran it for 6 months and had like $30,000 of revenue, which turned out to be like only €3,000 of profit.
Yeah.
10% margin. Not really out there. So we just thought we should quit it because it was too much of the actual operational work for us.
Yeah.
And we had other projects, and then I found the job in fashion.
At what point is it worth letting projects go?
When you're not really feeling it anymore, I think. But that's a tough one, because I was not feeling music for some time. Like, I also do breaks in producing. I haven't produced in 2 months, 3 months now, I think. But then I just constantly pick it up because I know it's like my main game. And letting projects go, I guess, when you're not feeling it 100%. I somehow know like there's music still gonna stick, you know. For the DJ thing, I think it may stick. What DJs weren't thing, I think it was not really, the effort was too much, and the return was not as rewarding, and I found different things, so I moved on and put it on pause. You don't have to quit it forever. You can also just keep it in mind as it's paused. Also good for peace of mind.
For sure. Are you proud of yourself and the point you've got to now on the career?
Sure am, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty proud of.
Being able to stand on my own legs financially just from music and throwing out random YouTube mixes.
It's very hard to do. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
So
and like providing for a few people in my team.
Yeah. So what is your team at the moment?
My team is my manager right now, which is my girlfriend Vanessa. She's in the other room working on her studies. She's also studying next to it. Then I have Sunshine. Literally, that's really her name. She's really kind of funny. And she's helping me with some Instagram stuff, you know, like DMs. So there's like many people that are asking the same stuff. So she's responding to the same questions that if I'm getting them. So it's not a full-time job or anything, but like helping out here and there. Yeah.
Does it feel like nice to be able to, through the work that you do, like provide for other people, like to be able to create opportunities for the people around you, not only yourself?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's of course it's a little bit of pressure because responsible for that, but also it's like having a stakeholder, I guess. When you like having an investor a bit, you kind of get more motivated as well because you kind of have to deliver for that as well.
Yeah, it's not just you. It's not feeding yourself anymore. You've got a family to feed, they say. And how do you handle the pressure?
Just working harder, I guess. Yeah, it's what motivates me. So we are more, willing to work. I'm working like a lot, actually, like all the time, I feel. But everything is work. And as you said yesterday, life is a business trip.
Yeah. Life is a business trip. That's what I say to the tax office anyway. You're deducting every single thing that you've done. Yeah, I'm just 24/7 grind, baby. I live for the grind. Yeah. Married to the grind.
It's also about to be a course, I guess.
Put a t-shirt. Married to the grind, post for Jan. Oh, no.
Well, maybe for the people that don't know you, maybe it's also interesting after I don't know how long of recording to introduce yourself and how we met here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting kind of. So what happened? So we spoke on the internet, and then I was like, "How the fuck did you do the YouTube thing?" And then we kind of just
went back to a call.
Yeah, went up to a brief call, but then realized that we were. I don't know. We'd already had the connection, and then
it's just like quickly, you were booking the guys I was working before.
Yeah,
and I was basically I guess I was asking you for the pictures of the night or something, like some random marketing stuff question. And that's how I knew you, because I was so eager to kind of use the network that I got, and I wanted to know every person I'm writing with. Maybe I did some research on you.
Yeah, there's a spreadsheet, there's a whole doc. Photos, house, location, mother's maiden name.
Fast forward to you now.
Yeah, so and then we we
had a call.
And then after that, we ended up. I'm just trying to figure out when we started speaking about you coming to Australia. So at some point there was a conversation about.
I was doing an Instagram story. Hey, I want to do an Australia tour. Any links?
That's right.
Any connects? And then maybe I even asked you directly, hey bro, did it have someone?
Yeah, and then I connected you with a few different people, and then we also did the little pitch deck between Luke and I. We made a pitch deck.
I'm still using it, yeah.
Yeah, sick. Yeah.
Like I'm having this pitch deck where like all my information is written down, like this is Chris Luno piece from there and there. This is the sound he's released on Purified, on Joe Deep upcoming, and so on and so on. Yeah, that's what they call me.
Yeah. It's just my team, my marketing guy, and myself have just become like really obsessed with doing good pitch decks, and I feel like pictures say 1,000 words, And so I've noticed that the moment you send an email and you attach just some like a flip book of information and photos, people just get it so much easier, and it makes people feel like you're super legit as well. Even when I'm not, like I'm just a complete fraud, but I feel like a con artist. Yeah, it looks great.
Actually, by the way, I've learned from a homie of mine who was working in an ad agency. The real pro way is kind of like he was doing that on Canva, and you can actually generate a link from Canva, which is like basically a website of this, so you don't have to download anything anymore. Just send that link, and it's like the presentation in the website. It's really good. There.
Yeah, this Canva. Another one that's good is Notion. So creating a little landing page on Notion, I do that quite a lot.
Oh, that's sick, yeah.
I was working
I was the one to get into Notion.
Get it?
Yeah, so
yeah. I use it. I'm using it right now.
I'm using it right now. Okay, because I know many people who use it, and they say they use it, and it's amazing.
It's amazing,
but they don't use it. It's like yeah, I'm using it for my projects. And then, like, they don't use it at all. It's just use like Notes app.
Yeah,
but they would use it in another word, I guess.
No, it's good. It's really. I've started trying to run the whole business, all the different businesses through Notion itself. So it's not even just a note-taking app. It's a whole system for everything.
And that's actually quite good timing for today's sponsor, which is Notion.
I wish. We don't have any sponsors yet. So if anyone wants to sponsor us, slide in the DMs. No, we're just here for the loves. Well, back to you. So continue the story. So basically, I mean, on my end, I was really curious about what you're up to, and I didn't understand it, and I just asked. There's a lot to be said than just asking, and then when the opportunity came that I could help, I was like, well, there you go. Here's some things, and here's some connects, and now, here you are in Australia off the back of a couple of the contacts that you've developed, and we went out for dinner, and now we're friends.
So cool.
So it's
sleeping at your house and letting you shower. By the way, another life hack, he actually has in his shower a notebook with waterproof pages where you can like write down your ideas that you have during the shower.
It's amazing. So that makes sense.
That's something I would have sold, I guess, when I did have the magnet car holder thing. It would be a product I wouldn't have thrown this in on the internet.
It's a good product. I mean, maybe we could sell this on the internet.
I just looked at it and they had like a patent on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We just have to create a new one. Yeah, you looked into it.
Yeah. It says that on the back, like patents pending, blah blah blah.
Damn it. Okay. Well, never mind. We won't do that. We'll come up with something else. I'm sure there's another. Maybe we'll do like an A5 card instead of a little one. You let it have the patent on the big one.
Do you actually use it though?
I use it all the time.
Yeah. I love this. You had a quote on below. It's like, doing hard shit makes you be able to do hard shit.
Yeah. It was my way of psyching myself up to have a cold shower.
That's exactly what I thought you would have this for. That's exactly my god. Okay.
Fuck my
I really looking at it before like doing the cold shower.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Sick.
Yeah.
No, I looked at it and I wasn't motivated to do this podcast because I was afraid a lot of talking and public speaking. And
really?
Yeah.
I mean, is it because of like the English language comes out of it?
Oh, I was actually, when I was like 17, I was in school and then I had to give a presentation and I would scare the shit out of me. And
Really?
my brain froze.
So ever since
then I was like getting really nervous all the time.
Really?
Like staying in front of people, right? And somehow, yeah, it got better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get better by practicing, right?
Yeah. Also, I went to therapy. Yeah, no, really. I did like a few sessions. Then I would advise anyone to do just a few sessions if you can.
Yeah.
It was just good talking about stuff and like, are you marking the Andrew? So he's pressing on the button on this keyboard every time there's interesting. Now you can do that. Now you get back this while you do that. Okay.
Damn it. I normally have it in front of me and you wouldn't know it. So I didn't have to come back to it.
Yeah, so that was 10 years ago. And I really got better since.
So what was it at the core of it, do you think, that
public speaking?
No, the like concerns and have a therapist helped with public speaking?
Well, I think being judged by others, and kind of, yeah, I think that's the main reason. Yeah. And then gradually when you get older, you learn to not give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
But also you made your experiences, and as your quote in the shower says, if you do hard stuff, it makes you able to do more hard stuff, and kind of just gradually getting better at that.
When does it end? When do you stop doing hard things and you
just start to enjoy them, I guess.
Yeah,
For example, I wouldn't have been able to do that 5 years ago, I guess. I was
really
scared.
Yeah. Well, how are you going so far? Is this fun?
Yeah, and so I play.
Good. Well, here's the hardest question now. Well, look, I'd love to kind of dig in more about kind of your life and the fact that you managed to create a career where you can travel the world. And if somebody wanted to go down that route, what would they do? Like, what would you recommend them do? Like, if you look back all the steps,
I think just squeeze it by there.
Yeah.
I would recommend get a remote job, get your side hustle active.
Don't do the remote job. And also the hours.
Yeah, aim for doing the remote job at some point part-time.
With full-time paid.
Eventually switch it up.
Yeah, and that's what you did?
Yeah. Basically, I was forced to kind of have that full-time job part-time, and then had more time for my own project. But that's how I know a few people do it. Like just taking one day off in the week, just focusing that on your craft, and then build it from there. And I would say don't switch too early on full-time being a musician or whatsoever. Just more have like a hobby, and when you think, oh, it really actually pays off more than my main job, then do a switch. Or just do the switch without having any job and then see what happens. I didn't do that.
Pretty scary though.
For me, pretty scary.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
And sometimes pressure makes you make mistakes as well.
Yeah, I really can't tell that much about it because I've never been in that boots. But I guess I would have been fine, I guess. But I feel more safe having that as a side and growing the side thing bigger than the main thing. Yeah.
And is it bigger? So it's much bigger than the main thing?
Yeah, like there was a nice sweet spot when I had both earnings.
Yeah.
Both were big.
Yeah.
Like a full-time job and a side-time job, which is like the same as a full-time job. But now it's just the actual real job, which I had as by the way, head of marketing in the fashion company on vacation. Then kind of I don't have that job anymore, so it's only using now. And that's all right. I can live. I'm still actually always on the budget. I'm crashing this couch today, and try to save up where I can, and not flying like first class.
Yes, unless it's on your bride.
I'm getting like gathering lots of air miles, and hopefully I can upgrade to business class at some point.
That's my goal too. I've got like 4 credit cards. I'm just been rotating all this shit. Yeah. My goal is to fly first class to like London or somewhere that's a long flight, so I can just get the most out of it, and then just never do it again. Been there, done that. Or I'll end up from that moment on hating economy class so much that it drives me to be successful. Because I just want to fly first class. I tried that a little while ago. I read a book that was like, you got to manifest your dream life, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm going to go to the Range Rover and I'm going to drive a Range Rover and it's going to motivate me because I want a Range Rover. So
I can see that. I feel that actually.
So I went to Range Rover and I like, I went to Range Rover and I said to them, I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to look at getting a Range Rover, blah, blah, blah. And they did a quick check on me and had like the ABN and stuff. So they put in a business number. Mm-hmm. So they were like, oh yeah, it's fine. This could be legit. It's never ever going to buy a Range Rover. So, yeah,
I did actually the same thing with Tesla. So good. Yeah, but Lifehack, a friend of mine said, you can actually test drive a Tesla without having any of their employees sitting next to you, just you and the Tesla. And I was just crushing with my girlfriend. We just rented out a Tesla for like a good hour and drove around, listened to some music. So there's actually like a DAW in it, so you can produce music in the Tesla. And so it was good having that kind of experience, and as you say, kind of being able to manifest it better, and then kind of working on towards that. Not sure we're gonna own a Tesla at any time, because I'm not really into cars at all right now. Because they're just such a big fixed cost.
They are. Yeah, I was thinking that with my one recently. Like this, but then living a fair way out of the city, it's helpful to have a car. But I mean, obviously, I'll get rid of it. But
the Geelong right now, it's a good hour from Melbourne.
Yeah. But we're working on next move. I don't know where, but we'll see. Back to the story around the Range Rover. So I ended up going and test driving this car, and I drove it around, and I was like, no, this ain't it. This is not much better than my shitty car that I have already. So completely backfired, and now I'm poor because I couldn't manifest. It's the sole reason.
It's a journey, man. Life is a business trip.
It is a business. You should make that. You should actually put that on t-shirts. I could see that on like a cool little t-shirt.
Yeah, I thought about that already. Actually, I also saw it in my third eye.
Yeah, let's do it. So, what's the most impactful book that you've read, and why?
Let me think. I love to read books and order books, and then reading half of them on like 30 pages.
Is that like hate on there, or just distracted?
I think I just order like books that are like on some certain topics, and usually like self-improvement stuff. So they're not really thrilling. So I'm like, all right, that sounds like a good chapter to have read today, and then I just throw it somewhere and never read it. Yeah. So I've started quite a few books. One that I think was inspiring for me was How to Learn Anything Fast. It's pretty cool. Like you just get some life hacks on basically how to remember like stuff and craft, be better at your skill, basically.
Do you remember any of it?
I think also this try every day consistency thing. They mentioned that. What I mentioned was trying to practice. That's like whatever skill you want to learn is really applicable to any skill. Just do it like half an hour before you go to sleep, because then
why before you go to sleep?
Yeah, so that your brain can memorize that stuff better and like make the connections, because in the deep sleep phase, you're kind of everything is getting filtered out, and if you are closer deep sleep phase beforehand, it's getting better.
Is this what the book said?
Yeah,
cool.
I told you what the book said.
Okay, cool.
So if you want to learn a new skill, try to do it in the evening before you sleep for a certain period of time. Set yourself like the next 30 days, I'm going to do it like for half an hour a day, and then just do it before you sleep. In best case, you're very quickly living up and honing your craft.
It doesn't take much to get not bad at things. Be surprised at how, again, consistency, if you just work on something pretty regularly, you'll get good at you'll get good enough to do something like as a paid job.
Yeah, true. That's also what I was working for Tube Burger before, and they always said in the interviews, if they want to give some advice to young producers, they always said, never, ever, 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 ever give up.
Yeah.
That's literally the essence, like just consistency. So I think if you really want to become some expert in that field, just be consistent and push to that times.
Yeah, for sure. So what book? Yeah. So, and were there any impactful books? What chapter of what book? It was what sentence in one chapter in a book?
I was enough to listen to podcasts, to be honest. So I'm not really.
Well, let's go with podcasts. Is there any podcast that's fundamentally changed the way you thought of the world?
I think there were some podcasts which I here and there pick up just one idea. You know, I just love to listen to other artists. So there's a few podcasts. For example, the Will Clark podcast I just listened to. He had Mochak one. Another Brazilian DJ producer who crushed it on social media especially. And he gave a few ideas, for example, on how he blew up, you know. He posted like videos as a carousel on Instagram and then decided to post it as a reel. And I tried 3 or 4 more on that style and just one of them picked up, and that's basically the back of his whole career.
Crazy. Yeah, it's actually crazy.
So that kind of, you know, how other people made it to where they are now, that's just so inspiring for me. Sometimes I just take one idea out 1 hour and that's enough.
I haven't really figured out the social media stuff, but I did go viral one time.
Really?
Yeah, one time. Tell me about how to get out of a speeding fine.
I sound that was very recent actually, right?
That was it. And it's funny,
I just saw so many speeding fines.
Yeah, no, they're parking fines. They're different. Yeah, they're different. I haven't figured out how to get out of those, but
how many users?
Yeah. Like 1.3 million. So many random. And then another 200,000 on Instagram.
Yeah.
But
how many followers did you gain from that?
None.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It's sad. I also had one TikTok video with 2 million views. It's like just a random life hack. I was just explaining people that you can, with the newest MacBooks, you can have an SD extension, which basically acts as a new external storage, but it's built into your laptop.
What do you mean?
So on the laptop, you have the SD card slot, right? And then you can put a SD card in.
Just leave it in there.
Just like a cut SD card is in half. It's like a product. It's called, I think, Jet Drive or something.
Right, in here.
Yeah, on the right-hand side, see there's like this SD card slot.
There isn't on this.
Okay. No, there isn't. On the newer ones, there is.
On the new ones.
On the 2020, I think.
It's just 2019, I think.
And then it's 2021, I think.
Yeah.
There's a product which is a seamless SD card. And I have a 1 terabyte one.
Yeah.
So I have storage and 1 terabyte of this SD card, which is kind of the size that kind of is sleek to your laptop. And that video blew up in 2 million views and resulted in maybe like 400 followers. And you would expect 2 million eyeballs on your channel.
What's that percentage?
Yeah, exactly.
Not much.
Yeah, it's like super small. But it's probably because people then go to
0.02%.
Okay, so I think I also would go to their profile and see, hey, is there more stuff to that? You know, nah, there's all of that shit. And then you see me doing random DJ mixes.
Yeah.
So it's not consistent. So if I would be probably having more life hacks like that, I guess people would have been followed me. But I don't.
Maybe. Yeah, I think I'm thinking about doing kind of life hack stuff because I've got so much random shit that I know.
Like the fucking
like the what do you call it? Notepad in the shower.
And then
prime example.
I just gave you one with the there's an app called Airalo.
And
you go to any country you want and download like an eSIM.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And
it's like you pay $5 for like 3 gigabytes and you just pay by Apple Pay. It takes you 20 seconds and you have internet in every country.
It's
so good. It's crazy. I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So was there ever a challenge that you overcame that you never thought you would?
I say in the public speaking thing, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is big.
It was big for me, man. I was thinking, dude, I'm never going to be able to speak to, like an audience or like to a camera whatsoever. Camera, I guess, would be easier. But it was very scary and I overcome those two.
It's wild that, one interaction in your teen years can impact every decision you make from that point.
Yeah.
Like it's actually now.
What else? That's a shame I don't really know right now.
You're going back through all the traumatizing experiences you've had. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all remember.
So what advice would you give yourself from 10 years ago?
Trust the process.
Really?
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Be consistent. Have a goal.
Yeah.
Manifest.
Yeah. Drive Teslas.
Drive Teslas. Envision your success.
Do you think it worked?
I really think it worked.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I really firmly believe in that. But actually, I envision myself on stages,
Yeah.
And I actually envisioned myself having this one video which I did, which is now my most popular video. I kind of had the vision this could blow up.
What was it?
There was the sunrise house.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that.
Because I was feeling it so much, and I the first 15 minutes I had goosebumps.
Oh,
it was such a crazy sunrise, and that was my 3 favorite tracks in a row that I had for the past few months. So I was feeling every track, and it was so emotional playing the music I loved, and then having that crazy ass sunrise in the back. And it was very peaceful, the Arimi, which we went all there.
Where was it?
It was in Lefka in Greece.
Nice.
Exactly. And so kind of that video, I had a feeling, or I envisioned it to be this could become big, and then it actually became big.
Okay. So what's your setup for the mixes?
It's very simple, but my main approach is to have it all in one backpack. So you can just take it wherever. And I'm never looking at any cabin bags in the play or something. I just all have it.
No clothes, just actually.
Yeah. No, it's just it consists of a tripod, an iPhone 13 mini right now.
Is that so you don't have you've got a phone specifically for?
No, it's my random phone. I had it had a broken screen phone.
Just a random phone.
This is my random normal phone.
Yeah.
iPhone 13. Tripod. I have a portable desk now, which is pretty cool from Amazon for $50. There are many.
Portable desk?
Yeah.
Oh, just like a table?
Yeah. That's what I did on Amazon. Beamer stand or something. It's a tripod with a bit of plate on top where you can put your controller. Well, put my controller. Then I have the controller, which is now the Pioneer FLX4. Used to be the DJ400, and I just recently upgraded. And my laptop, which is my MacBook Pro.
And you have the laptop set up for tracks? Are you doing a tractor?
My tracks are on the laptop, and those tracks are the power. It's Recordbox.
Okay. Yeah. So you just go through the laptop into the mixer.
Controller. Laptop to controller to my little Bluetooth speaker, which is the Teufel Rocks that we are right now. What I didn't bring this to Australia because it's still too heavy. So I just sometimes play with the MacBook sound switches, which is shit.
But yeah, but you get the vibe. Yeah, okay. And do you ever get delay on the Bluetooth speaker? Because when I use Sono,
it's my plug in the cable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so auxiliary.
Yeah, aux.
Yeah,
door.
Okay.
Laptop. It's not much, is it? It's not that much. It's as I said, all fitting in my back.
Yeah. So what do you think the total cost of that was? Like a few $1,000s?
I guess it could be there with 1,000. If you have an iPhone 13, but a random phone, you could go there with €800 or something.
The whole setup.
You could go there. My setup was I have a pretty good Mac now.
Yeah.
It's $3,000.
You don't really need that. You could put it all in a USB at the end of the day.
You could actually, you can't put it on. You need a laptop. Can take away a cheap laptop. But anyway, I have my MacBook's $3,000, iPhone 1,000, controller 300. It's $4,500. So pretty much. Actually, I think about it, but also I don't use the laptop only for this, but it's for my everyday.
Yeah, so you
all the time.
Well, kind of like this. I've got my laptop and my iPad.
It's actually when I recently thought about it. It's so random. It's just a little aluminium plate thing which you carry around all the time, which gets you money.
Yeah.
So random, right?
through waves around the air.
This is like method which you carry all the time, which is actually quite hard, like quite heavy. And then it just gets you money if you type shit on it. Zoom out and think about that soon anymore.
I love it. Yeah, I've never thought of it like that. But it's true. I mean, if you break it down to the core of it, like, what are we doing right now? We're talking to one another, recording it, sending it to strangers on the internet.
That's right, it is. I'm very glad you listened, by the way. That is for tuning in today. I really appreciate that. And if you listened until here, you're a real OG. If you write me a DM with the word OG, I'm very happy. And a nice message to you.
No messages. I mean, in the chat. Well, this is the thing. Did you, with the mixes and stuff, how many were you doing before it kind of took off?
I was just uploading every mix I had. What do you mean?
Audio? Audio only, or?
Oh, no. Sorry, can you rephrase that question?
So how long before it took off? Like how much work were you doing in the time period before it actually started working?
Oh, I see. Okay. I think it took quite a while until the first one took off. Because the YouTube algorithm sometimes picks old stuff, which is amazing. Like compared to Instagram, where everything happens within 2 days. If you're not viral in 2 days, basically you're like gonna get viral. And if you put on YouTube, it's a different game. So I was uploading like 2 or 3 mixes, and they were like
a month, or
I think they were over the course of 6 months, and nothing was happening really. I had like 600 Instagram followers or so. 3 YouTube followers. And gradually, somehow, that video ended up to be in the suggestions of another video which looked similar, which was actually the reference video, which I...
You must have done a good job with the reference then. So.
Yes, so that was kind of the video after that video. And it took on gradually getting more views, accumulating more. And so I thought, wow, okay, now people want to see more segments. So I'm going to try and do the best content I can and put it out there. I think that was the secret, having people attention already and being in the spotlight, just then delivering.
After that, yeah. Do you use like a ring light or anything, or do you edit on your laptop? Like, do you do some like solid post production?
Yeah, I'm doing some post productions, just color grading and linings and stuff, but just DIY. I'm not really experienced. I just try out shit. But I think over the years I've done like 25 mixes now, so you get there. But I use like an LED panel, small one, which is like 20 centimeters in diameter. Forgot to mention that before. But actually it takes me quite a long time to color grade it and choose the thumbnail. It takes like, I guess, 10 hours or something.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
It's just like color grading it and thumbnail.
Why does it take so long?
Because I'm super OCD. I think I'm very eager to have like that perfect frame as a thumbnail. So I'm literally screenshotting hundreds of moments from the set and then like filtering them down to like my favorite 30 and then filtering them onto like my favorite 5. So I have like 5 thumbnail ideas that I usually show to my girlfriend. And then showing it to a few people and say, hey, which one do you like more? And then kind of filtering it down to that one shot where I just like, it looks so like I can do like this. Yeah, like holding one hand up to my thumb. It's just like not really special, but it's like, for me, the perfect representation of the mix, I guess, and the perfect lighting scenario. Yeah, that's what I do. So it takes a few hours.
So do you think it's better to do less and do it really well, or just not have polished stuff and just get it out? Because it seems like...
Yeah, I think my approach really increased over the time, knowing that I'm in the spotlight. Before that, I was like trying out mixes like without any color correction.
Yeah.
I just like the first 5 mixes I didn't. I just took probably the suggested thumbnail from YouTube. And then I gradually leveled that up. I really didn't level up the equipment because I thought, hey, this is working. Why not? Why should I stick? That was a running system, they say. So just stick with the same equipment more or less. But kind of on the soft side production, puffin production. I was trying to level up my skill and leveling up the colors and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool. Well, there's not much, there's not a heap to it, is it? It's just like, it's good. It's really good. No, I had one more question for you, and then we'll get out of your hair, and we'll go get some food and hang out. So,
what's the favorite meal? Pizza.
Yeah. What is your favorite meal?
Yeah, was pineapple.
Yeah, like I don't know about those people that say like kind of pineapple on pizza. I think it's just I think it's all marketing.
I love it. And also pasta. It's such a pasta guy. I'm eating it every day.
Yeah, we'll get some pasta later.
Food.
All right. So if you get an AI chip in your brain and do anything but you die in 10 years, or you could live to your normal age of say 80, what would you pick?
100% the 80, like the organic way.
Yeah.
Fuck AI in my head, no.
But you could do anything. Who knows what you could do in those 10 years? You could live 80 years in 10 years.
Anyone does it?
No.
So I guess if there's the opportunity to have an AI chip in my head, probably rich people would have done it as well. And then there's like an unfair advantage over the others. So probably everyone just does it.
And everyone dies in 10 years.
Like, no, I would definitely go for just leave as it is. Let's not over-engineer as humans. Stay true to ourselves. Take it from there.
Interesting. So
I think it's like also I don't want to just random, but I don't want to win the lottery. Like I can't imagine me being happy having won the lottery.
Are you happy now?
Happy now, yeah. But
why couldn't you stay happy?
Because if I got like that much of money, I would be feeling, well, I need to earn it, I need to work on it and earn it, and kind of I would be not really happy getting that out of thin air.
So what is it in that?
Cheating in GTA,
Yeah.
If you cheat in GTA, some point it just gets boring. If you have like money, cheat, and get all money and guns and whatever you have, then it's like, at some point it's like, what's the point?
So what do you think the value of the life experience is then?
Well, the meaning of life mission, just having fun, just being out there and having fun, creating shared moments with people.
Could you not do that with unlimited amounts of money still?
Ooh. I guess it could, yeah.
So there's something else.
Yeah, true. Wow, I didn't really expect that. Yeah. I think the meaning is like having fun with friends. And if you're having too much money, maybe you're getting used to crazy shit,
Maybe, but like also maybe not. Like what's the difference? Like could you not just do the exact same thing you're doing now, but like you've just got $100 million sitting in the bank? Like why does it need to change?
Probably we'll just give it away to people that need or something. At least like the majority.
Okay. So are you saying that you're happy in the struggle?
I think so, yeah. I think I need the grind. And
married to the grind, brother. Married to the fucking grind.
I think I need the grind and just to have something to look out to and to look forward to.
Mm.
And yeah. And I like to look forward to like a, prosperous life, really say that. And having that now already instantly will be kind of taking away the fun.
So if you want to have fun in your life, so the goal of life is to have fun, but you're not going to have fun.
Have fun things as well.
Not going to have fun. I'm just trying to break this down. You're not going to have fun in the attainment of things. You're going to have fun in the process of going towards something that you're struggling with.
Mm-hmm. I guess so, yeah.
That you want to do. It's just like, so the fun is struggling for things that you want.
Yeah, I think you could put it that way. Yeah, but yeah, that would sound that.
with people that you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're all struggling together.
Yes.
But not too much struggle. Like just like the healthy amount of struggle.
Yeah.
It's just like not enough to fuck you up, but like enough to be like, damn, this is hard, but I think I can do it.
Exactly. That's also the definition of the flow concept. Like having an objective and being able to manage, like having a task and being able to, manage to fulfill it. And that kind of is getting into the flow concept, right?
Can you talk about much around flow and how that's impacted your life and tips to maybe get into flow?
So flow, I love it in my music. So when I'm in the flow, I'm just producing super fast and I don't question myself. And that's really cool.
And how do you get that?
I think it just happens at some point. You can't really force it. You can increase your chances, having a nice environment, working towards it. And then at some point you don't notice, but like time flies so fast.
Are there days where you just get into flow very quickly, or are there other days where it's a complete struggle? Like,
yeah, I think sometimes you really have to push through something and then go experience the flow. But yeah, sometimes you need really some time to get there. It's not like never instant, but just sometimes there are like objectives that you have to pass and then kind of be there.
Do you notice it in other parts of your life than just music?
In friendships, a lot. Like I have basically 3 best friends, and when we meet, it's like basically it's a whole ride. It's like a flow. Just vibe together is so good and have fun and experience flow all the time with that.
So what common elements do you think are in being in flow in your music and then being in flow with your friends? Like, are there some commonalities there that you can take general principles from?
Safe and kind of all your basic human needs are cared for. No, you're not really hungry anymore. You have like a home to sit in, and there's this muscle of hierarchies.
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy.
It's in basically when these things are taken care of and you have like a shared goal maybe, then you can achieve it,
And the shared goal is friendship.
Yeah, having like trying to have a good time together and not being actually confident with each other, I think.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Yeah, cool. Nice. And so what would a perfect day look like for you?
Wake up.
What time?
7:30.
Okay.
Then
Not too early, not too late.
my last 10 months on holiday. So I was getting used to having a pretty cool lifestyle. I was just getting up, driving to a coffee with a scooter, getting there, having some avocado toast, sitting there with a laptop, doing some emails. They're starting to produce some music.
At the cafe?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just love to have some chatter around.
It's like white noise.
Yeah, it's like white noise. Like some other people working on stuff. It's pretty, it's helping me to get into the flow actually.
Yeah.
So doing this and then basically doing a break. You're taking the pool and then do it again. And having a good time while working. Yeah.
In the morning, so you'd finish it with
like probably and having a good lunch, then doing some music production, DJing, whatever again.
Would you exercise at any point in the day?
Yeah, I would exercise usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But if I'm on tour, it's like depends. It's like random times whenever I'm awake. And you'll be the first thing is actually go to the gym. That's true.
What do you work on?
Biceps.
Biceps, mate.
Biceps, like cheese.
That's it.
No, basically full body. I have a 2 split. So one day I'm doing like, I think my recent plan is push-pull. Push and exercise, pulling exercise. And then alternate.
Yeah. So you work out, you work on your projects, and then what time would you finish?
That really depends on how much work there's to do. Sometimes I have deadlines and like I want to upload the stream today, so I'm just working until midnight sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But then eating the coffee and going home.
At midnight.
This places keep me out. I'm all so many.
Are they still open?
Last person in the coffee like at 8 p.m. or something.
And they don't mind?
And there's like random, sometimes there's like random bands setting up and doing like, like this venue from the coffee switches to like an evening venue already. So I still there with my laptop working and shit.
You know what we say to that? Married to the grind, brother. Let's go.
And then leaving the place, then going home and then sleeping at like 10 p.m. 10:30. I'm actually such a non-DJ DJ. So I'm very drinking not a lot of alcohol. Sleeping early usually if I'm not on tour. I love to play like from 1 to 3. That's my favorite time.
1 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah, really like later than that. Basically not taking drugs. So I'm kind of more on the healthy side.
Do you think that's helped your career?
I think in the last 2 years I was drinking less and less, I would say. And that really helped me because I kind of married to the grind. If I'm drinking like every other day with my mates, night out, whatever, I'm gonna lose so much time. And time I can't spend in that project, which I really love to work on. So I kind of gradually shifted away from that to more efficient time. Yeah, just like you, right? You're also not drinking. Well, things also I'm drinking, plus not a lot anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't really. I just stopped drinking because I felt a bit under the weather after sending it for a while. I just haven't started. That's it. I don't know when I will. If I will, could be tomorrow. Maybe tonight's tonight.
That's how I stopped smoking as well. Basically,
yeah.
I was actually ill for 3 days. I don't know, it was not COVID, but something else. And then I didn't smoke. And it was the first time I didn't smoke in like 12 years or something. Like 3 consecutive days. And my mom was like, hey, Chris, why don't you just stop smoking?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. And like that time, I'm not more. So yeah, like that in the row. And I just took it as a challenge. Didn't smoke one day, and okay, maybe I can do 2. And then gradually it was like a week. Then what the fuck, when I didn't smoke for a week, that's crazy. And I didn't start ever since. And it's like August 21 or something.
Great. And now here you are. Probably saved yourself 10 years. Your life.
That would be cool.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, nice. Well, awesome. I mean, my last question is usually, what is the meaning of life? But I think we already spoke about it. So, yeah. Well, thank you for coming on your first ever podcast.
It's my first ever podcast, and
let me know how it is. Yeah,
in the comments below.
Yeah,
it won't be comments, I guess.
I don't know. It's all Spotify mainly, so YouTube we're still only getting a few.
You can do some Q&As, I think there.
Yeah.
There's a feature I saw on some other podcast
on Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe there's a feature of like popular podcasts where you kind of have to unlock. You have to be at a certain stage to unlock that feature.
Yeah. We're still in our early stages finding the feed, but
early road.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, if you hear, as I said, write me a DM of the term OG
or early bird.
I'm happy to respond.
I love it. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening. Cheers.